Hey humans, what's up? I'm Breanne Williamson and you are here to watch another episode of I Heard She's a Lesbian.
She's the one I'm thinking of. Hey, the only one I'm thinking of. Hey, she's everything I'm dreaming of. Hey, the one that I can live without.
Today we're talking about queer style, but specifically my experience with lesbian style and everything that that means. In honor of that topic, I'm wearing a super cool new shirt. More on that later, but first I do owe you all an apology and a bit of an explanation. If you keep up to date on this channel's community tab, then you know the reason that I haven't been filming or posting videos for the last couple weeks is because of eczema, which sounds super shallow. I honestly wish there was a better reason because I understand it sounds dramatic. But for me, it's a huge insecurity. It's also painful. In general, I get it on my eyelids and above my mouth, as well as random other areas of my body, like my left armpit only, which is really weird. It makes my eyes super dry and cracky and red and swollen, and I just can't bring myself to film and edit while I have that going on because it makes me just feel super insecure, and that's just me being honest. I know that that's not going to be a good enough excuse for some of you watching. Some of you might think that I'm being dramatic, but honestly, that's just the truth. That's why I haven't filmed or given you a video in the last couple weeks. Now, my eczema is not gone. In fact, it's directly related to anxiety and stress for me. It has been flaring up and down over the last couple weeks, and it is still hanging out, which is why I have no makeup on today, because honestly, it just hurts too much to put any makeup on and it makes it worse. But it's good enough today, and by that I mean it's not super painful or super swollen and not super dry, that I feel comfortable enough to film and edit and make some videos for all of you because you deserve it, and it's just been too damn long. So if I look a little off today, if my skin's a little off, my eyes look a little swollen, that's why, and I appreciate your understanding. So let's dive right into the topic. What is lesbian style and how do you dress like a lesbian? Speaking of insecurities, not looking lesbian enough used to be one of mine. In fact, it was a big insecurity of mine. As some of you may know, I started my online journey on Tumblr, and I loved Tumblr. I looked to Tumblr for a lot of inspiration, for answers about what it meant to be lesbian, and I looked up to a lot of the lesbian girls that were posting on the platform at that time, and I looked to them for advice and what it meant to be able to be out, because at this time I wasn't out to a lot of the people in my life. And I also looked towards them for style inspo. At the time, there was kind of this fad of captioning your photos with, could I look gayer? Holy shit, could I be more gay? Oh my god, I'm such a lesbian, just look at me, that sort of thing, which sounds so silly now, but at the time I really read those captions and then looked at the photos and directly related the fact that they thought that they looked super gay with what they were wearing, and a lot of times that meant that they were wearing things like snapbacks and joggers and t-shirts with skateboard brands on them. And while I genuinely liked that style and those clothing items, and I actually had a lot of those things myself, it wasn't something that I wore all the time, and unfortunately it became an insecurity of mine because I felt like when I wasn't wearing those things, it took away from my gayness. In other words, by people captioning their photos, oh my god, could I be more gay, when they were wearing those things, meant to me that if I wasn't wearing those things, then I wasn't gay. At this point, because of my own insecurities, I really cared about the way that people perceived me, and I really wanted other gay girls to think and know that I was gay as well. So I definitely started shifting my style to match what I saw other people getting a lot of reblogs for. And honestly, while a lot of it was natural for me, I liked wearing things like Converse and skinny jeans and t-shirts. I've done that my whole life, even before I thought of them as gay clothes. I began to not post things where I felt like I didn't match that stereotype. So in other words, if I was looking more feminine one day or not dressed in an androgynous way, wearing a dress or a skirt, then I would not post it on Tumblr or online because I thought that it would take away from my perceived gayness. Over the years, I began to realize that that is truly not the case. There is no one way to look like or dress like a lesbian. There's so much awesome representation online of lesbians of all different styles and all different dress preferences, from super femme to super butch and everything in between, that prove this. But at the time, in my little niche Tumblr world, I was missing that representation, and I didn't get to see people like Cami Scott who are out there representing for amazing feminine dress and style and are still representing as a lesbian. So if anyone out there is feeling like I once felt, and you're struggling with your sexuality not matching what you think the dress code of that sexuality should be, forget that. You make the clothes gay simply because you're gay. That's it. That said, utilizing style and fashion to tip others off of the fact that you are LGBTQ is nothing new. At one time, and currently for many places in the world, it's the only way to safely tip off to other LGBTQ+ members that you are also part of that community. One example of this in the 1920s was when men would wear flowers on their jackets to represent that they were gay. Oscar Wilde famously wore a green carnation in this way, and he's one of my favorites. There have been so many codes over the years that represent you being part of the queer community, from flagging in the 1920s, which was where someone would wear a certain color handkerchief to represent what part of the LGBTQ community they belonged to, all the way to more modern examples like certain tattoos or earrings, or yes, those lesbians on Tumblr wearing flannels. So while clothing and style does not define your sexuality, it is important for us to recognize that for years we have used it as a way to communicate our place in the LGBTQ+ community, and that is an important part of our history. So to round this all up, there is no one way to dress like a lesbian. There are stereotypes out there, and go for it if you feel comfortable in those styles, but if you don't, just dress like you, and your sexuality is just as valid no matter what you're wearing. With all that said, I am so excited to announce a very loud and proud representation of flagging that I'm wearing today in the form of this t-shirt. This is our new limited edition merch, and when I say limited edition, I mean it. This shirt is not through B Team Apparel. That is my separate clothing line that you can check out at bteamapparel.com that has ongoing styles that you can purchase. This shirt is going to be sold through Bonfire for 15 days only. So once the 15 days are up, this baby is gone. Sales for this shirt will end April 19th, and then after that, all the production of all the shirts ordered will be done, and then they will arrive at your doorsteps anywhere from April 29th to May 8th. So I just wanted to point that out, so if you're hoping to get this shirt in the next couple days, it will not come that quickly. They do not start making the shirts and sending them out until the order period is over, which will be April 19th. So make sure to keep that in mind if you're ordering it as something like a birthday present or a gift. You do have to be a little more patient for this limited edition merch. Thank you humans so much for watching. If you're new here, please make sure to subscribe and turn those post notifications on. Hit that thumbs up button and comment below. It really helps me out with the algorithm and finding more B Team members to join our channel. So please hit that thumbs up and let me know what you thought of this video and what you'd want to see next with I Heard She's a Lesbian. I love you humans so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
You got that good